Good morning, everyone. So, we are episode 20 now of Edgewater, Saskatchewan. We're really smashing out these episodes, actually. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it, though. This map is incredible, and I've probably only experienced maybe 20% of it, so it's only going to get better. But weather looks good today, which is great, because that's what we need. Now, we're minus. I did think we could go minus. It was a bit of a risk. We are now £46 in the negative, in the red. So we know exactly what we've got to get on with today. So we need to get on with, for definite, sugar beet. 100% sugar beet. And also this area here. Now, the grass has grown to a point now where it's actually ready to harvest. We haven't even collected the last harvest yet, but it is ready to harvest. It's not fully grown. That's kind of the halfway grown, I guess. So you do get more yield if you let it grow to those kind of brown tips, like I've mentioned before. But we do need to do that because, as it stands, we're not really going with a kind of realistic theme, because there's still a whole yield of grass that's cut on that field, which still needs to be picked up from the last time. So we do need to do that. Part of me wonders whether or not we just cut that while we're doing it, seeing as it's there ready to go. I'm not sure. That wouldn't be realistic, but then it wouldn't be cheating, I guess, because it's what the game says anyway. So maybe we'll do that. We're going to head straight down here though, because this is the main task today. So I am glad that we've bit by bit loaded those onto there. However, we've probably got the same amount again. So wow, there's all of these here, which is 8 pallets, 8,000 litres, and there's another 4,000 litres still in there. We're gonna have to try and go 3 high. I hope that forklift will do it. We will find out very shortly. Now, we'll just do our usual kind of check-in on the pigs. They're looking pretty good still though, to be fair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we haven't had any more babies yet. However, we're going to very soon. We're going to have 2 more in the next month. So that'll be good. Again, I'm just checking daily because I'm monitoring this price. That £695 now. So we paid 525, I think it was, when I looked before. 525. So already they're about £150 up on profit. But this one particular pig has pretty much given us 2 more pigs. And those 2 pigs are kind of on the way to being worth that as well. So honestly, you can make a lot of money out of pigs. To the point where actually I'm thinking in games going forward, these might have to be a necessity, to be honest. They really are easy money. I mean, I've only fed them once. They've not really eaten that much at all. Yeah, definitely worth thinking about. We do need to get some more grain. And we do need to look at the protein though, for definite. But main thing I want to look at is, has this generated any more? Which it has, minimal amount, not very much at all. But has that stopped this production? No, it hasn't actually. Let's go back into the menu and see how much we have. I mean, it's very close to though. It's only got 69 litres left. Now, how much sugar beet do we have? We'll let that get to 4,000, to 5,000, sorry. We'll round that up and then we will stop it. We will keep one of those pallets, probably that extra pallet it's generating now. We'll keep that here in the shed for food. And I think I'll switch that off and we'll swap it over to the sunflowers, just because that will top up the protein. Also, we do need to get some corn as well. So maybe once that's rounded up, we'll activate sunflowers, we'll activate corn. I think that would be a good call. And then all we need to do is figure out what we're going to do about grain. Yeah, I don't know. But while that's doing that, let's just get these loaded up. So we've got quite a bit to do. We are going to have to try and go 3 high. So we'll just jump straight into the little John Deere, and we'll start this loading process. It may take a while. To see whether or not we can get 3 high as well, actually, while we're thinking about it. Let's see if we can do it. Yeah, I reckon that will, just about. We'll have to do a little bit of manoeuvring. Yeah, but it will do it. The only problem is it's going to leave it slightly side heavy because we don't have a lot of room. Okay, right. Well, at least I know I can get them a little bit higher. That is pretty much our limit. If we need to get them on the other side, I'm going to have to drive around or turn the trailer around. So let's just see how we get on anyway. If this takes a long time, I'll either crop it or I'll time lapse it. Okie dokie. So last pallet. Now I don't know if you would have seen that in a time lapse or if you will see that just in a kind of a crop straight to this point. I'm not too sure, but if I did decide to put it in a time lapse, it was interesting trying to get those very top pallets on. Very, very interesting, especially the one at the front. The trailer's kind of a bit higher at the front than it is at the back, so that one was a bit of a pain. But we did it. I had to kind of keep wiggling it up and down really until it sort of bounced on. It doesn't look overly tidy, but does that really matter? Probably not. Doesn't affect the price, so I don't really care. Right, now this one is much easier to put on because it's far lower at the back than it is at the front. Hopefully. There we go. Yeah, not the neatest load in the world. That is for sure. Now, have we got one more due to come out? Although that doesn't matter, does it? Because that's going to be the one that we're keeping. So let's open this up. Let's get a little mixture of crops growing, because that's kind of what you would do. I doubt you'd very much grow one thing. So we want some sunflowers, and we want some corn. Lovely. That looks better. Now, it is back to its main purpose of being there, which is to produce the pig food. So I'm very glad for that. This is just a little bit of easy money in the meantime. Now I don't know what I'm turning around. I don't know what I'm doing. Because what I need to do now is drop the pallet fork down, pop the bucket onto the end, and we'll just pick up that little bit of manure. It's not a great deal there, but that's what's going to keep the production of their food going. So we'll have to do that real quick, and then we are done with this little tractor for a minute or two. I would also have a little peek in the shop in a moment because I haven't actually checked yet. I mean, it would be absolutely amazing if there's a trailer in there, but I very much doubt it. Very, very much doubt it. Things never go the way you want them to. Let's just see if today it picks the whole lot up. Why does it keep leaving some on the floor? But it says 0. Okay. Right, let's get this dropped into there. It's funny how this small tractor goes faster in reverse than the big one. Lovely. Right, that will keep it going for a minute or two. We'll leave the bucket on it because we'll probably use the bucket to top that up before we need the pallet forks now. Although we are going to need the pallet forks very soon. Next episode may be the episode after for all the lettuce. We've just got so much money due to come in. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't particularly look amazing, does it? That loading. Doesn't matter. Right. We'll go get the pickup from the house, from the garage. Been kept in nice and warm overnight. I don't always like to jump between vehicles as well. I don't know if you have noticed that before. Sometimes I do it. Depends how far away it is. But what I do prefer to do is kind of walk there. Take in the environment. Okay. Oh, sounds like it's open. There we go. Right, so just while we're in the car, okay. There's a little harvester there. Interesting. I don't think we're going to make that much money today. But at the same time, mind you, it's only 175 horsepower. I don't think 175 horsepower is enough to power the swath. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's not. You kind of need it in the 200s-ish really to kind of use the... When I say swath, I don't mean swath. I mean the pickup tool, the kind of new tool that's been added to it. So, yeah, that is completely useless to us anyway. What's not useless to us is the pricing menu and the sugar beet. So, it's not a bad price, you know. Maximum is 456. We can get 400 and... This is a question which you may answer, but it might be too late by the time you do anyway. But can I transport and put pallets of sugar beet into the train depot? I don't know. I mean, I might just have to try it, because that is an extra, well, it's an extra $60 per 1,000. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? If I go and connect up the trailer, I will be able to tell exactly how much we have actually got, because I haven't really been counting it. So we'll just head down, connect up the truck to the trailer, see exactly what kind of figure we're looking at. Don't know if it's worth it, to be honest, because from memory, I haven't tried it on this map, but the trains tend to be £1,000 to rent. Is it really going to even gain us an extra £1,000? Probably not. Let's have a look. We'll have to drive around the long way. And try and maneuver ourselves a little bit. Sometimes I do like to do it just purely using the mirrors. I like to do that using the big trucks for definite. It's got that kind of Euro truck sim feel about it when you maneuver just using the mirrors. How are we looking here? Good. Okay, wow. 40,000 litres. 40,000. Yeah. So if we've got 40,000 litres, so essentially it's an extra 60 quid per 1,000. So you've got 40,000. So that is 6, 12, 18, 24. So £2,400 profit we make if we put it into the train. Probably costs us £1,000. So it's still 1,400 quid. I mean, that's 1,400 quid. That's basically three additional pallets of sugar beet. I think we need to do that. I think we're going to head down there straight away. I'm not going to muck around. We're just going to see if we can actually load it. Now, I'm not doing a very good job. I'm kind of forgetting I've connected the trailer. I think that's the second time I've hit the pigs. Let's go to this view. Let's help myself out a little bit here. I thought I built this road wide enough that I could get the Mack around with the trailer. I don't think that was very realistic. Don't think that was realistic at all. Cool, it is struggling with this, you know. It's got no acceleration. We haven't actually repaired this truck either since we've had it, so I set it up in the beginning that the truck kind of needed a service relatively quickly, and it is not doing particularly well. What's it on there? Probably about 20% of its damage bar left, so it's gonna need a bit of work soon. Right. So yeah, I think go to the train point. Now I'm pretty sure that is, it's kind of here somewhere, isn't it? Rent a train from there. But can I actually fill it up from there? I'm going to do what I don't normally do and visit somewhere close by. And just see how on earth am I meant to fill the train from here? Unless, of course, this is the kind of the old-fashioned way with an auger pipe, which we don't have. So I'm going to have to go to the main depot. So let's get going. 40,000 litres. This is the bit that feels unrealistic to me, by the way. So 40,000 litres, you know, litres don't really work out necessarily to a ton. But if you were to say, you know, a pallet full of quite dense kind of root vegetables like that, they're probably pushing, you know, 750 kilograms maybe. It's probably pushing a ton. So in theory, there's 35 tons maybe of weight on the back of this trailer. And a little pickup truck is pulling that along. A pickup truck that's got about 190 horsepower is quite happily pulling all of that weight along. I mean, there's some trucks that would struggle to do that. So that's why I want to move away from this trailer. I don't think that is quite realistic. Certainly a job for the Mack. That's definitely what that Mack is for. Okay, so we're just pulling up right now. I believe it's in here to the right. Now, I could really, if I wanted to, maybe sell 1 or 2 pallets at like the bowling alley or wherever takes this, and then use that just to pay for us to transfer maybe onto the next day, which means it'll increase in value ever so slightly. But again, you know, I'm kind of thinking realistically, if you needed the money as a farmer and you'd harvested the crop, you'd probably just sell it unless you had some sort of silo to store it. So, oh good, okay. Well, that answers the first question. Which was, will it go into here? And it does, no problem. So all of that is going now, which is great. Wonderful. But it sold it. Why did it sell it? I mean, obviously, that was not the train point. No, in fact, the train point was the next one over. But hey, does it matter? No. Oh, and the train, just to rub it in, you're literally pulling up as well. Thanks for that. Right, where did we just sell it? Edgewater grain. What did we even get for it? I mean, it's too late now, it's done, isn't it? 409. Hey, can't complain. Whatever. £18,164. We've certainly got enough now to get through to the next day anyway. It's that one there, look. Would you believe it? Oh dear. Hey, can't be perfect all the time. Right, wow. How do I get out here? That way. So, definitely not affording that harvester, are we? Definitely not. That is good though. I'm happy with that. I am happy with that. So, what do we got to do? I think, because we are quite a way away from harvesting fields with grain in it, that is for definite. That's not going to be a quick thing. So I think we'll check in on the Mac, and then we'll also grab ourselves a couple of bags of grain, because you can buy it. I know you can buy it. We won't get pig food this time, we'll just get some grain. That will do there. Okay, some grain, so we'll just play it safe. We'll get some barley. So 100 litres. 100 litres. Let's just refresh my memory. So, it should have, if it's full, 5,000 of corn, 2,500 of grain, 2,000 of protein, and 500 of root crops. So the root crops is about right. The grain, in actual fact, we should really have another 2,000 in there. The base food and the protein is probably already at the garden as we speak. So we need to get a few bags of the grain. So let's certainly get 1,000 worth. I've already lost count. I don't actually know how many I bought. I think that is 1,000. Right, let's put a bit closer. Tell you what we can do actually. The main thing that I really wanted to do, and that is get the maple syrup. So we have enough now, 16,000. I completely forgot that was kind of the main plan. So great. I'm happy with that. Do you know, I always feel better in an episode if you achieve something. The episodes where you just kind of maintain your farm, it's what you need to do. Feeding the animals, loading up pallets is what you need to do. But an episode where I actually earn money and then buy something quite important, that's kind of that's my kind of episode. That's how I like it to be. So I just threw that too far, didn't I? Okay, all done. Let's jump back into this and make our way back. I had hoped, I'm not going to lie, that maybe one of the low loaders for the Mac would have come up cheap, because I would have just sold this trailer while I'm here. But it hasn't. Nothing's come out. It's still that silly harvester. Okay, let's head on back. Okie dokie, so on the approach back to the farm, so we're just going to have to drop off this trailer. I don't know where I'm going to leave it. I'm not too sure where I'm going to start leaving this now, because this is the only thing I haven't really allowed room for. So we might just have to ditch it somewhere. And we'll head over to the pigs then and unload these bags of barley. It's not going to fill them up, absolutely not, but it's certainly going to help. It's going to get through a few months, especially as we're definitely a few months away from being able to get our own grain, so it's probably about alright there, I think. I also don't like that as well. This is the trailer designed for this truck. When you connect it, it kind of picks the truck up. Yeah, little things annoy me about that. Now, if I pull over, is it gonna feed the pigs? Yep. Wow. 2 of them did anyway. We'll do the rest by hand. So what's it on? 907. So we'll just confirm this is working. Oh, interesting. You actually have to put the bag into the ground. So it's got 100 litres. If I put it down, nothing happens. If I actually sink it into the ground, it kind of goes. There you go. That's weird. Right, is it doing anything? Yeah. Good. Very strange. Well, this is a very bizarre way of feeding animals. Because it disappears, but then I don't know if it has. There you go. Okay, good. Hopefully we haven't lost any randomly in the ground. Okay, miles away from, I say miles away, nearly 1,000 away from where it needs to be, but that's pretty good. So we need to get protein and base food into here now, which will rebalance the kind of needs, I guess. So what have we got here? Right, that's our last pallet of sugar beet. So we will deactivate sugar beet, which should now start pumping out the sunflower and the corn. Corn's nearly done, in fact. So let's move this. Let's just feed them while we're in the zone, in the right area of the farm. Let's just feed them. So we've got to spin around, dump the bucket. In fact, let's just stick the bucket over here. So then it's ready to go then, isn't it? That will do just fine. Did I leave enough room? Wow, I actually left enough room for a change. I didn't park the truck right in the way. That is surprising. Right, we'll pop the sugar beet to the back of this shed, I think. It's only right that you're kind of storing the spare food in shelter. So we'll do that. Okay, and any second now, hopefully, we'll have a pallet of sunflower appear. Oh, as if by magic. That was perfect timing. So I'm hoping, I am really hoping that the sunflower is going to do the protein. If it doesn't, then I'll have to rethink it and probably get the soybeans up and running. But I'm pretty sure these count as protein. Maybe. I'm doubting myself now. Okay, right. Just pulling over now. So, before we go too far, we'll just have a look. Pigs. So, I think it's protein, which is on 486. But if it's base food, that's 2216. Let's just try and lose a bit of it while we're turning. Yeah, so that's taken a bit. 486. I think that's done the base food, you know, isn't it? To be honest, either way it doesn't matter. We might as well just let it drain it. Definitely did base food. Okay. Maybe that wasn't sunflower. In fact, now that I think about it, that was clearly bright yellow. So that was not sunflower at all. That was corn. What am I talking about? Right, how far is the sunflower away from being done? 678 litres. Don't think that will take too long. So that's fine. And how are the pigs doing? In fact, I'll load the menu because it does work. You can see it a bit easier. So, yeah, we need another 1,800 of base food anyway, just to get that to the 5,000. We need 1,500 of protein, and the sugar beet doesn't really go down very fast, to be honest with you. Although in theory they all go down at the exact same time. You've just got to try and get the right amount in there. I'm not sure. I'm still learning with these pigs. I am still learning. One thing I do know is that they're going to be eating food much quicker as soon as they start having a couple more babies. Right, we'll abandon that there. We'll leave that open, and let's just walk in this direction, and we'll pop straight into construction mode, which I'll do about here. Just get my mouse again. So we are placing the maple syrup, which is the most ridiculously oversized mod ever. But what I may do, by the way, is if it just kind of like place the trees inside of trees and it looks a bit odd, next time I load in, I'll activate lumberjack and I'll just delete some of the trees, the actual trees that are already down there. I'll just delete them. Now it's doing that little weird glitch where it says not enough money. That's fine. Normally if you come out of here and go back onto it, it kind of fixes itself, hopefully. Or not. 16,000. We have 17,000. Why is it saying not enough money? The only thing that worries me, when you free place something on an area which is not necessarily completely flat, you're going to end up with some weird things going on. How flat is it? I mean, most of this map is actually flat, which is a good thing. But I don't know, it's not flat. It's not flat. Now, going by Daggerwin's experience, because I've seen him use this mod before, I know that the water has actually got to be put there to the left hand side. So there's no good me kind of blocking it in like that, because I'm never going to be able to fill it. Unless I do it further over and I fill it from there. Could that work? Okay, well I've done it. I've placed it anyway. I mean, from the top, that looks alright. That blends in pretty well. We lost the corner of our field there, which is a bit annoying. And I don't think, from memory, watching Daggerwin, I think even if I ploughed that, it just automatically grows back to that shape again. I'm not too sure. I will try it. We'll see what happens. It's taking a little nick out of there as well. I mean, essentially, it just places a big, massive square building that look like trees. But that actually looks okay. A little track going up here would be good. And then potentially I'll be able to reverse the trailer into there. I am thinking ahead, by the way. I'm thinking of the Mac, because the Mac is going to be our kind of full-time workhorse once we get the trailers for it. So reversing a Mac trailer into there would work, I reckon. There is enough room for it, and the trailer isn't huge. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Now, how bad was the free place tool? Because this is the bit that worries me. I mean, it is flying a bit. We have a levitating building, for definite. But it's not levitating at the back, though. So that's something. But the trees themselves, I mean, that's okay. That looks alright. Never even noticed these random stones here before. But coincidentally, it's missed them all. Actually, that's come out alright. That doesn't look too bad at all. That one's pretty close. Actually, just looks like it's growing through each other's branches. That has got to be the strangest coincidence ever. That looks pretty good. Looks pretty effective. And this one here, yeah, that looks alright. I feel that that one's kind of levitating a little bit. Yeah, so I just need to do something about that. But now probably is not the time, to be honest. That will be as soon as we make some money from it in the next episode or two. Certainly from all of this silage. I'll get into landscaping, and this will be a bit of landscaping that's paid for by the farm because it's farm related. You know, that over there is just cosmetic. Doesn't that look cool, by the way? I really like those two flags. I think actually they're my favourite bits out of all of it. I could have done anything over there, and those flags have just kind of made it worthwhile. That does look pretty cool. Let's get into the tractor, and let's give the maple syrup a little bit of water. Okay, right, we'll get that door opening up. We'll jump in ready. So we'll fill the, not to the brim, but we'll fill the maple syrup production with some water. I think also what I will probably do is preload the lettuce onto that trailer there, just to our right. Again, just to save you a little job. We're in November. We're probably going to get some snow. This is the 3rd year now we've done this map. And the last 2 years, without fail, we've had plenty of snow. Now, I'm too busy talking like I always do, and I didn't actually bring the water container with me, did I? I didn't even fill it up. But yeah, anyway, let's get that lettuce onto a trailer before it snows, because my attempt of loading, I think last year or the year before, in the snow was awful. It looked pretty bad. It's embarrassing actually. It's quite embarrassing to press the record button, if I'm honest with you. So yeah, and that will probably finish us up for the day. I didn't even look at the clock tonight to see what time I started recording this, so I actually have absolutely no idea how long this episode's been going on for. Oh, I didn't do that very well. I just put that right in the way. Can I bash it a bit? Oh, I don't want that to end up in the lake though. Okay, right, first little load. Let's just move this while we're here. To be honest, that's been annoying me for ages just there in the middle, so that was a job well done. Right, let's just do this. So, of course, when the Mac is up and running, this will have a separate pathway in this grass field here. Once we actually create the track. What I did say about the water container was that it's huge. It's absolutely massive. It holds 40,000 litres of water. If we're going to use that, we can only fill it from one of the map's kind of water fill points. The ones that kind of look like they would be used to fill a large trailer. So yeah, that track going into that area is going to be vital for that map. Now, in hindsight, I probably could have picked up some of that grass before I placed that. I should really have known that it would have deleted a section of that grass. However, it's probably only I don't know, a couple of thousand litres. Maybe about £1,000 worth we just lost there through me rushing into placing something. But there you go, that's life. We make bad decisions. Okay, right, that's just unloading now. I don't know where the production symbol is for this, so I might have to... Oh, no, I found it. Right, it's nice to know. So 6,400, no problem. So let's activate that. It is on storing. Yeah, let's keep it on storing. Now obviously we've got nowhere to sell it at the moment because we haven't placed it, and we're probably going to have to earn a little bit more money to place it. However, it's going to take a little while to produce some maple anyway, so that's fine. How quick did it work? Okay, I mean it does 864 cycles per month, so it's kind of generating almost a pallet per month. Costs £120 a month though. Sugar or syrup, I should say. That's a lot more than I thought. Right, let me just have a look at what the sell point is. What's it going to be? Sell point? That's it. Interactive Productions maple syrup. So what I was thinking initially is we'd place it here somewhere, because we do actually own the majority of this land. It's only actually 1,000. It's not bad. We could actually place it. It is doing that weird thing again. There we go. So it shouldn't really let me place it over here. But maybe that's because I've still got... Yeah, I don't know, I might still have the mod on which allows you to place stuff outside of where it should be placed. Although I might not, to be fair. I think this potentially is part of our land, this section here. And actually that works for me, because we've also got this to place. I don't really know which direction this gets placed in. It's funny, because that doesn't even load properly, does it? Where's the roof? Interesting. Okay, so part of me thinks I shouldn't rush into this and place this. However, I am going to. Why not? Right, okay. Let's shut this tractor off. Save a bit of fuel. Now, our construction cost was 200. That is 120, so we're now at kind of £320 per month. So to be honest, we've only now... I should have thought about this before I bought the sell point. Because we've only now, again, same situation. We can only skip through until the next episode, and then we need to be earning money again. Yeah, that was a bad decision, that. Does look pretty cool, though. Does look pretty cool. So, I reckon, you know, I just had a bit of a brainwave while I'm doing it. So, we'll put a little track in that kind of goes maybe along here. Just kind of turning off of our own beaten track. And it will go around here. Sell the products there. We'll put the other interactive market here in this gap, with the track continuing along this way, and then eventually, just before this little dip here, it will join back up. So it'll just be like a little, I don't know, like a little lay-by, I guess is what we would call it. That would look quite cool. Yeah, I'm quite keen for that. That would look good. So, just gonna end the episode on one final job for the pickup truck and for the little John Deere. I'm going to skip to it because there it is. I couldn't remember where I put it. So we'll connect up the trailer, we'll park it up by near where the lettuce is, and we'll start to slowly load up a few of the lettuce. Maybe not all of them, but to be honest, we may well need to jump ahead and sell that lettuce in the next game month rather than waiting until January, which is fine, it's not a problem. It'll make a small amount of difference, but we can't be going minus all the time. We'll have the bank knocking at the door trying to reclaim our farm. What on earth? What just happened then? Yeah, I don't overly like these trailers. I don't normally have too many issues with them, but I just don't like them. Not when you're trying to go for realism. The last time I loaded up the lettuce, none of this was here. None of it was here. It was a field with a greenhouse, and that was it. I think all of our tools were just literally randomly dumped everywhere along this section here. We've done a lot. We've done a heck of a lot in this last 12 game months. So much. Well, it's not even 12 months, is it? Maybe 10 game months. It's completely changed. I'm just going to move that. It's been irritating me for a little while. We'll just... I think, to be honest, we'll dump it here. This is the little area I made for the trailers, but now that we're parking the trailers over in the new shed, we don't really need it. Maybe I should place a shed there. Oh, that was close. I think I might just scratch my alloys then. Not good. Right, same as always, we'll pick up the pallet, raise it up nice and high, wait for the next one, and then drop it back down. Lovely. Do you know, I've just noticed actually these pallet faults kind of go strangely into the lettuce as well. So maybe it's not that garden mod, maybe it's this John Deere. Definitely very strange. Maybe it's this John Deere mod, you know. To be honest, the rate that we're growing, we'll probably outgrow this John Deere mod potentially. We could well outgrow it. I did want to, actually, I did want to set a rule where we only had a certain amount of brands of the same thing. So for example, John Deere, you were only allowed to have 3 of anything branded John Deere or 3 of anything branded Massey Ferguson. What I don't like to do, not in this kind of series, I think if you're setting up a series where, you know, you have money like a Let's Play, then you can kind of stick with one brand and it's quite cool. But in a survival series, in a realistic survival series, there aren't many basic farmers who just have one brand of equipment, I would imagine. And I like to use a variety as well. I don't like to just use all John Deere. They're pretty common, aren't they? I'm not going to lie, everyone uses John Deere. Now I have to be super careful with these as well, because if they have a bit of a funny moment where they decide to bounce around, I can't fix it by hand. I have to fix it with the pallet forks. So I have to be super careful when I'm doing this. I've got to get it right first time. I haven't got a choice. It's starting to get a bit darker now. It's only actually about 4 o'clock in the game, but you can tell it's getting to winter. And I was speaking to, I think it might have been NC actually. I think it's NC, apologies if I'm wrong, but he does actually live in Canada, and he was saying that it is actually very realistic this time of the year for it to start going dark this early. To be honest, it's not that much different over here, although we have just had the daylight saving time, so the evenings are quite bright now all of a sudden. But yeah, this map, so much effort has gone into the building of this map, and honestly I feel like I could do another 30-40 episodes on it. I really do. Take over the whole map. It depends. Right, let's health and safety, we'll do that just so no one gets injured. Turn off the lights, save the battery. Brilliant. Okay, so the next game day we're probably, yeah, we might have another one, maybe 2 pallets of that. Greenhouse, or the garden I should say, not too worried about now. That will just purely process the pigs. Yeah, I think we've done alright today, and I also think we've probably done okay for timing as well. Hopefully this is going to be a half decent length of the episode. So what we will do very quickly, just to end the episode, is get a rough idea of where the lettuce is sitting. Yeah, it could do with going up a little bit more. In fact, it jumps hugely, doesn't it, in January? Okay, and we'll just have a little look at the silage as well. Again, silage, well at the minute it's 560, 570 smart. You know, we could sell the silage now, to be honest. We could even sell the first 133,000 litres. It's actually got the grass in it as well. Yeah, I mean, we could just sell a load of that. To be honest, if I was to sell 2 or 3 trailers full of that in December, that would probably pay for a huge trailer in January. You just check out the shop before we call it quits. So not a lot's changed. That's no benefit to us really. That's not as good as what we've got anyway. Right, okay. Well, I think that is pretty much it. See, I thought the ground was the kind of completely flat, but you can see how much different it is. Look, how much higher that John Deere is compared to this John Deere. Completely different level. Okay, great. Wow. We'll just head back home, ready for the evening. I am also curious to see if the house actually has any outside lights. Oh yeah, it does. Oh, that's quite a few actually. So really, I didn't need to place that light there. Yeah, I could have put that somewhere else, couldn't I? Lovely. Alright then, wow. I think that will do for now. I am recording this late Thursday evening, so I'll try and edit it now quickly as well and get that released for Friday. And then potentially after this episode, probably into another roleplay. I think that's probably due now. We got to go and help Mr. Javaskis out with his farming because he is a bit old. Bless his old soul. So until then, cheers and gone.